Surprise! Pokemon news tonight, guys. We got some cool things that you're going to really enjoy. You're getting a new game tonight, guys, for free. If you want it, whether you want it or not, you guys are getting it for free anyway, and I'd say a lot of you guys will want it. That's Pokken Tournament. Yes, its free trial starts today. I'm going to show you exactly how to get it. It's pretty easy. We're also going to talk about more new, fresh Diamond and Pearl leaks. A lot of stuff have come out for that, and we're going to look at some cool things like Red is in the game in Gen 4, which nobody ever thought about and nobody ever expected. So let's have a look at that stuff in detail right now. First things first, guys, go onto your Switch in order to get Pokken Tournament for free. Now, this is going to last until the 4th of August. You just have to go into your news section right there, down here, and you're going to see it for the world to see. Try for free with game trials right in here, guys. This is it, and you're going to go in here, visit the Nintendo eShop, and you can download it there and play it until the 4th of August for free. And this is the full version, so you're going to be able to try every aspect of this game. Now, the game is rather old at this point, I think, but if you guys are wondering about it, if you're looking for some new Pokemon action, this is the Pokemon Tekken of the, because as you guys know, with Pokemon Unite, they're coming out with like the Dota or League of Legends style Pokemon. They also got Pokemon Tekken. They also got Pokemon everything, guys. I'm waiting for Pokemon Call of Duty, I guess. That's next, but whatever. This is Pokken Tournament. You guys can get that over there on your Switch right now. Go have fun with that, guys. You're also going to need Nintendo Switch Online to actually get access to this. I just realized that there looking at the news part. But actually there are 2 to 3 different ways to get a free Nintendo Switch Online trial as well. If you just Google that, you browse the internet, there's possibly going to be a couple of ways you guys can do that. Now, if you haven't already redeemed the one Nintendo give you, you are able to get yourself another one. So if you get that, you're going to have about a week Nintendo free online trial, and you're going to be able to play the game too. The next story is much more about the Diamond and Pearl leaks that we've been seeing recently. As you guys know, the beta build for the game was leaked, and in that a lot of people have been exploring all the different aspects of the beta leak and things that have changed in the games. Currently we are playing Pokemon Platinum, so you guys are watching me play the final build of all of this stuff, but the beta is everything that came before, that came before the game was finalized, and there was a lot of differences, very interesting things, and we've covered a lot of that. We covered the sprites, we covered some of the other things like online Pokemon game that they were planning, around all this stuff back in Gen 4, and actually interestingly there's a lot of Gen 4 ideas that were scrapped or changed that were actually used in Sword and Shield. I'm going to do another video on that more in detail later, but for this one, guys, we're going to look at the leaks, and all the shout out for this goes to Lou, who actually snagged himself a little article here in Kotaku, so GG on that. Congratulations on the publicity. Let's go have a look at what he's looking at. So for anyone familiar with Route 217, this is just a small one. Apparently there is snow on it, and there's no snow on it in the beta build, which it looks like this. This is what it looks like. So that's a difference in Route 217. Here we have a clip of Veilstone City. This is the overworld of Veilstone City, which apparently looks very different to what it was supposed to look like, or it does look like in the final build. As he says, he seems to have discovered that this was used mostly for a testing ground for various assets and whatnot, but it is a totally different place than what you probably know it as now, today. And there it is. I mean, it looks pretty, I mean, there is not much of a city there, as you can see. But there's Route 213 as well, going out there. And he's clipping through because that's just, well, actually we were here recently, today, in today's stream. That's pretty cool. Desert area. Yeah, so very much a testing ground at the beach there. And, well, that's the video. Pretty mind-blowing if you don't know beta stuff. If you're familiar with the game and you have nostalgia for it, it's absolutely mind-blowing to see these things just like so busted open and so different. And these were being made by the developers, legit, like this, before it was changed and before it was finalized. So pretty cool to see. Just even for me, I've never even played Gen 4 before. I mean, I'm in the middle of the stream now, but there you have it, guys. This is what the Pokedex looks like, which is different to what it is in the final game. It's a slider going through the numbers right here to have a look at your Pokedex. Just a cool little difference. Here we have another sprite for Charmander from behind here, and apparently Pokeball seals were on the balls by default. That's just something, there it is, that's just something that was just by default here on the beta build. Turtwig used to have a poison half type. Now that would have been very interesting. So it used to be a ground poison rather than, grass poison rather than grass ground. Now I like the grass ground type. I think it makes a very useful Pokemon, and we do have a very strong, formidable grass poison Pokemon in this game too, Roselia or Budu or whatever, and that's that does the job. So I guess we did not need a starter with the same typing as well. So it was good that they replaced it with ground, I think, overall, but it would have been a very different story having had that as poison. Oh, and here's early Nurse Joy, or rather, it's not even Nurse Joy, it's somebody else, an imposter, dare I say. Here's a picture of Route 209 back in the March 14th photo of the prototype. This was it. That was it back in March 14th of whenever the year was. Oh, what year was this being made in? Well, before the game was out anyway. And there's the final. And as you can see, the difference is extreme. It's very, very different. Snow Point City, boys and girls. Yes, just laid down the prototype work, the beta stuff, or pre-alpha stuff rather. Just like that. It doesn't have any textures put down yet. This is up on the mountain maybe. There's no Mount Coronet. There's no send-off spring. And there was no daycare either, not yet, but you could fly to it. A new area that appears, I guess, not to have been implemented according to Lutu here. I haven't finished the game yet, so I can't comment on this, on verifying it, but apparently he doesn't remember seeing something like this. Here's where Red becomes a judge for the contest in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So this is it. You can warp to a contest. They kind of function in the beta. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now he's really, really surprised at seeing Red in Gen 4 like this, using his Gen 3 design, but he was a judge for this contest like this. I don't know. I guess the significance is lost on me for Red. It's just Pokemon does not have that sort of cohesion. You know, you're gonna have Red everywhere, I guess. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a story tied to it. So I don't know why he's so surprised about it. It's just like, that's how the games work in that sense. But there he was anyway, and that's Red right there. There were a lot of new sprites used originally as well, and apparently there was like 2 different sprites that were potentially usable for all of them. Instead, they went with one, of course. You're only going to get one in the game. Now over here, guys, we got the beta sprites from behind for these 3 legendaries right here. And you can probably tell they're quite different. They're quite different. So we're left guessing, what would they have looked like at the front, from the front. Their hair is different. His head is down like this. I mean, you can see it's completely different. His head is completely different. They got all of them got the little streamers coming out of their heads as well, like they're out of Paper Mario or something like that. But yeah, I wonder what differences laid on the other side. There was going to be a place implemented called Veilstone Beach, which was scrapped, and actually in a later build of the beta versions that they were working on, it looks like they did have a path going there as well. Similar to Pokemon Emerald, guys, it looks like you were going to have a dad character as well, which was scrapped later. Now, as you guys know, I mean, I also only just played Emerald recently too, and it looks like we had a dad character turn out to be a gym leader, which is pretty cool. I think a cool feature, but yeah, it looks like they were thinking of doing something similar for the next one. Guys, here's part of the conversation with your dad. We're going to just cover it here, and I'll translate it for you in a second. It looks like Papa, Lucas. He goes through this. You're talking with your dad at the very beginning of the game. This one's going to be particularly difficult because they seem to have reduced the size significantly, expecting the players to use a magnifying glass to look at what exactly is written down there. However, I don't have a magnifying glass here, so guys, good luck. Okay, so that is the first part of the conversation with your dad. Here's the next part of the conversation. It does continue for a bit, and he's basically telling you about the start of the game, things you have to do, people you have to find, such as the professor, and that's really it. I mean, that is really it. It looks like it's more than it actually is, but that's it. It comes to the end right here, and let's just have a look at what exactly that is, that conversation. Someone did do the translation work here. Papa, Lucas, starting at the very beginning. Wasn't that Professor Rowan just now? What was that about? Okay, I get it now. That's why you've got a Pokemon with you, and the professor forgot to take his Pokedex again. So it looks like you're going to be sent on a fetch quest, or rather delivery quest, to deliver him your Pokedex. Very cool. The next part appears to say, Lucas, the professor should be at the Pokemon lab in Sangem. Go on, take that Pokedex back to him. So that's your quest to go deliver it back to the professor. Alright guys, that's it for the new wave of Diamond and Pearl leaks. What do you make of that? Dad figure, Red character in the game, stuff like that. Very cool. I think there's a lot of cool changes that they made and all that. It's always interesting to see what they were thinking of and what they were doing before they decided to finish on the game, and this is what they decided on. I think it's really, really interesting. I've also been kind of recently watching some of that stuff for Zelda Ocarina of Time, beta stuff that wasn't included, deleted and all that, and things that were restored. I think those things are so interesting right now, because these are so nostalgic to these games for a lot of people, and it's just interesting to go back and see things that you never got to experience that would have been in the game, that were essentially made to be in the game, but they weren't in the end. Very interesting. Guys, drop a sub if you are new, please, and I'll see you guys around in the next video. I'll be continuing my stream for Pokemon Platinum, maybe tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you guys around for that. Till then, have a good one. Bye!